Let's have a look at the first question. X upon 4 plus 7 equals 9. All right, what we'll do, we'll take the 7 to the right first, and when you swap sides, you swap signs. So the 7 is a positive. When it goes to the right hand side, it becomes a negative. All right, so as soon as I take the 7 to the right hand side, it becomes a negative 7. So it gets subtracted from 9, and we get 2 on the right hand side and x upon 4 on the left hand side. Now I'll take the 4 the other side, and what you can see, 4 is divided. Once again, if I swap sides, I will swap signs, so it gets divided. So 2 divided by 4 is half, so x is equal to 0.5.
That doesn't make sense. No, you times it. Because you just divided it and...
Oh, yes, of course. I missed that. Well done. Well done, guys. Sorry, I did say that I will swap sides, I'll swap signs, but I didn't actually do it. So that's actually multiplication. So that's 2 times 4, that's 8. Sorry about that. Question 2 is 6 minus 4y is equal to 8. Now we can do exactly the same thing here, but the best thing is, if I look at the 4y, it's a negative, and it's easier to deal with positive, especially when it comes to pronumerals. So instead of removing the 6, I will remove the 4y and take it the other side. So when I take the 4y the other side, it becomes a positive 4y. And what I'll do now, I'll get the 8 to the left hand side, and since 8 is a positive, as I remove it and get it to the left hand side, it becomes a negative. So we've got 6 minus 8, which is negative 2. Now I'll take the 4 from the right to left, swapping sides. 4 is multiplied, we've got to divide by 4. Right, so it becomes negative 2 divided by 4 is same as negative 2 upon 4 as a fraction. So if you simplify that, it's negative half. You resume. Question number 3. We've got 7 minus y upon 4 is equal to 21. All right, I'll do exactly the same thing. I will take y upon 4 to the right hand side, so it becomes a positive. All right, and then I'll get the 21 to the left hand side. 21 is a positive. When I get it to the left hand side, it becomes a negative. And 7 minus 21 would be 14. Negative 14. Are you all right? Okay, continuing from there, now what I can do is get rid of the 4 so that I have only y left on the right hand side. So if I take 4 on the left hand side, because 4 is divided, it becomes multiplied. So now we've got y is equal to negative 56. Now instead of moving this fraction to the right hand side, what if I move the 7? Now, some people are comfortable with moving the whole number instead of the fraction, so we can do exactly the same thing. The y upon 4 will remain as a negative, and the 7, as we get it to the right hand side, it becomes a negative. So 21 minus 7 is 14, and we got a negative y upon 4 this side. Then I'll take the 4 the other side. So 4 is divided. When it goes to the right, it becomes multiplied. So that becomes positive 56. And now what I can do is multiply by -1 both sides to make this a positive and make that a negative. Or you can just change the signs and you get exactly the same answer. Question number 4. We've got y plus 4 upon 6 minus 2 equals 1. That's all combined together, y plus 4 upon 6. So I'll take the 2 to the right hand side first because it's not combined with that. Alright, so I'll take the 2 to the right hand side. 2 becomes a plus. So we get 3 on the right hand side. Now I'll get rid of the 6. 6 is divided. When it goes to the right hand side, it becomes multiplied. And then I'll get rid of the 4. 4 is added. When it goes to the right hand side, it's subtracted. And the answer is 14. Okay. Question 5. We've got 6 into b minus 6 equals 24. We got a bracket. We need to expand that first. So 6 times b is 6b. 6 times -6 is -36. Sorry, that's 24. So if I take the -36 the other side, it becomes a positive or a plus. And if you add that up, it ends up being 60. And if I remove the 6 now, if I take 6 the other side, it will be divided by 6. 60 divided by 6 is 10. Question number 6. 2y plus 7 is equal to 3y minus 8. Alright, what I'll do, I'll collect like terms first. Alright, so I've got a y here and I've got y on the other side of the equal sign. And I've got numbers. Now I see that that is a 3 and that's a 2y. So I'd rather take the 2y the other side because when I subtract, I'll get a positive y. So I'll move the y and I'll take the 2y the other side and I'll get this -8 to the left hand side. So when I move the 2y, it becomes -2y. And I've got a positive 7 this side. And when I move the -8, it becomes a positive 8 on this side. So 3y minus 2y is a y. And 7 plus 8 is 15. So y is equal to 15. Question 7. We've got 4y plus 2 upon 2 is equal to 6y plus 9 upon 7. In these questions, we got fractions on either side. Right? And what I'll do, I'll get rid of these denominators first. So I'll take the 2 the other side and I'll take the 7 the other side. Right? So when I take 2 the other side, because 2 is divided here, when it goes to the right hand side, it becomes multiplied. On the right hand side, we got 6y plus 9. And when the 2 goes to the right hand side, it actually multiplies with the whole thing. So we need to use brackets. So 2 is multiplied to the whole thing. And the 7 is moved to the left hand side. And similarly, 7 is multiplied to 4y plus 2, the whole thing. That's why we need to use brackets. Are we good? Yeah. All right, and now I'll expand the bracket. 7 times 4 is 28y plus 7 to is 14. And on the right hand side, 12y plus 18. Again, I'll collect like terms I'll get the 12y this side and I'll take the 14 the other side. So 28 minus 12y, and we've got 18 on this side, and the 14 moves to the right and becomes a negative 14. So 28 minus 12 is 16. Sorry, that should be a y there. 16y, and 18 minus 14 is 4. And if 16 is multiplied to y, if I take it on the right hand side, it becomes divided. Now you can put it as upon 16. You can use fractions as well and simplify that. 4 upon 16 is equal to 1 upon 4. That would be your answer. Resume. Alright, so here we've got two brackets and there's an addition between the brackets. We need to expand the brackets first. So expanding this, 2y plus 6, and expanding this, we get 3y plus 12 plus 24. And I can add like terms. I've got 2y there and I've got 3y, ends up being 5y. And in numbers, I've got 6 and 12, and they add up to be 18. And then I'll take the 18 to the right hand side. It becomes a minus 18. And I'm left with 5y on the left hand side. Right. So if I subtract that, I get 6 on the right hand side. And if I now look at the 5 is multiplied, if I divide, then I just put s upon 5. So I use fractions. So y is 6 upon 5. Or if you want to further simplify it as 1 and 1/5, both the answers will be accepted. Alright, number 9. Again, we've got two fractions on other side of the equal sign. What I want to do is get rid of the denominators first. So I'll take the 4 to the right hand side and I'll get the 3 to the left hand side. So at the moment I've got 6 into x minus 3 on the top. But as soon as I get the 3 to the left hand side, it multiplies with the 6. So 6 3's, that actually ends up being 18. And when I get 4 to the right hand side, because it's divided, when I take it to the right hand side, it's multiplied. It multiplies with a 2 there, and that actually becomes an 8. And now I can expand the bracket. So I get 18x minus 48 is equal to 8x minus 16. Alright, so I'll collect like terms. I'll get the 8x to the left hand side. It becomes a minus. And I'll take the 48 to the right hand side. It becomes a positive 48. Now 18x minus 8x is 10x. Negative 16 plus 48. Now if you're having difficulties with numbers like this, just use a calculator. Alright, so it will become 32. Positive 32. And then I divide by 10 both sides. You can also write it as a fraction. And that's what we get.
You made a mistake.
Where?
When 18 in the brackets, 18 by 3 is 54, not 48.
Alright, let's check. No. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. Sorry about that. Let's correct that. That was 58. What did we do with that 58? We took it.
54. 18 by 3 is 54.
Alright, let's correct that. So that's 54. Take 54 that side. And then 54 and 16. What would that be? 20. 48. 38. Okay. So if you divide it, and then you can put that there. So you can check that calculation. Alright. So that was number 9. Number 10 is easy. You can do that yourself. And we'll stop there.